Welcome back to Awesome Possum Hobbies and Games. I am Chris, and I'm back with another Secret Lair, but this time it is Magic Con in a box. So, it includes a bunch of stuff in here. Let's go through and find out what it has, because it doesn't have it clearly written. Nice little foil thing with a piece of tape on it, just to make sure it doesn't open during transportation. It's weird they would have the foil tamper-proof. Home is where the convention is. Man, I love good gaming conventions. Won't be able to make it out to MagicCon this year. Welcome to your own personal MagicCon. Celebrate on social with MTG Festivals. So, we'll go through all the contents, of course. It's got some MagicCon cards, Secret Lair stuff, some collector boosters, and of course the Mystery Boosters 2 booster box. Enough fun for anyone to be able to play their own style of MagicCon in a box. But we're not going to start with that. We're going to start with, of course, what comes from the MagicCon itself. Well, let's take a look here. So this doesn't have anything on the back. It's got the MagicCon logo. And of course, it has some glue on it. I'm gonna get rid of that before I can get 80 cards out. Fun little ponder there, which is, I love ponder. Got the Secret Lair finishing, Secret Lair product. Let's go ahead and zoom in, take a look at these Secret Lair cards, which are actually, this is the prize kit for MagicCon. So first one is Ponder for blue, it's a sorcery. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them back in any order. You may shuffle and then draw a card. Great card. Swords of Plowshares. Swords of Plowshares is a white instant exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power. That's an interesting artwork for Swords of Plowshares. There's not a sword in there, nor a plowshare. It's just a weird duck creature on a bicycle with some flowers. Oh. Next one is a Plains. Man, think about lotuses there. There's no lotuses in Plains. And then Convention Morrow. It is a green, a choice of colors of blue or 2 generic, or red or 2 generic, and 1 generic for a legendary creature, Elemental Gamer. It's a 3/3. And whenever you cast a spell that choice A, create a green elemental creature token named Morrow. This creature has power toughness equal to the number of choice B. As you create a deck, choose A and AB. A is an elemental, has a watermark of landscape orientation that target creature you control. Or B, man, this is convoluted. B, cards in your hand. Cards among types, cards in your graveyard are among non-land, non-token permanents you control. Man, that's a lot of text there for all kinds of weirdness. I'm interested to see how that plays in a deck, except for text is not for constructed play. Gotta rule 0 of that thing. Gotta rule 0. On to the next part, which is Lil Legends, Secret Lair Drop Series, Rainbow Foil Edition, which I am not a fan of the foils, but this is the only way to get these. So let's open her up, check her out. Opening lots in one video, that's weird for me, weird. Some weird stuff. Thank you card. And let's look at the cards themselves. First card is Rhea Dawnbringer, foil, kind of anime style. 3 white, 6 generic for a 4/6 legendary creature. Angel has flying at the beginning of your upkeep and may return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Next one is Orvar, the All Form. A blue 3 generic for a 3/3 legendary creature shapeshifter with changeling, so it's considered to be all creature types while it's in play. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if it targets 1 or more permanents you control, create a token that's a copy of one of those permanents. Whenever a spell or an ability an opponent controls causes you to discard a card, create a creature token that's a copy of target permanent. Lots. And then Draina, The Last Blood Chief. 2 black, 3 generic for 4/4 legendary creature vampire cleric with flying, and then when it attacks, defending player chooses a non-legendary creature card in your graveyard. You return that card to the battlefield with additional +1/+1 counter on it. Then the creature is a vampire in addition to its other types. Lavenia, Azarius Renegade for a white, a blue for a 2/2 legendary creature human soldier. Each opponent can't cast non-creature spells with non-value greater than the number of lands that player controls. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was cast to spend it, counter that spell. Fantastic card for people who like to screw with people who are cheating. Next card is Omnath, Locus of Creation for a red, a green, a white, and a blue for a 4/4 legendary creature elemental. When it enters the battlefield, you get to draw a card, and then landfall whenever a land you control enters, you gain 4 life. If it's the first time, this ability will resolve this turn. If it's the second time, you get a red, a green, a white, and a blue mana to your mana pool. If it's your third time, Omnath deals 4 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker you don't control. And the bonus card is Farhaven Elf for green and 2 generic for a 1/1 creature elf druid. And as it enters, you may search your library for a basic land card, put that on the battlefield, tapped, and then shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle. That's a great little include there. I'm a fan of that one. So there we go. And let's go ahead and get into the actual booster packs. So these are all collector's boosters, one for Commander Masters, one for Exelon, and one's for Wild of Eldraine. Let's go ahead and start with the Wild of Eldraine, then we'll go on to Exelon. And these collector packs can be a pain sometimes, but sometimes there are some real goodies. First thing's a food token, food/human. Then Hyda's Crown of Winter for 3 generic mana, legendary artifact, and then pay 1 tap target creature. This ability costs 1 generic less during your turn, and then you pay 3, sacrifice this card, draw a card for each tapped creature your opponent controls. So it's a nice little Warless card. Lilide of Anticipation, 2 green or 2 blue, 2 generic for enchantment, and if it's in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. You may cast spells as if they had flash. Cruel Somnophage for a black and 1 generic for a star creature nightmare. It has a star, and it has power toughness equal number of creature cards in all graveyards. And then it has a sorcery built into it for adventure for a blue and 1 generic sorcery adventurer. Target player mills 4 cards. Court of Ventress. 2 blue, 2 generic for an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose up to 1 other target enchantment or artifact. If you're the monarch, you may create a token that's a copy of it. If you're not the monarch, you may have this card become a copy of it, except it has this ability. Sentinel of Lost Lore. 2 green, 1 generic for a 3/4 creature elf knight. And when it enters the battlefield, choose 1 or more. Return target creature, target card you own in exile that has adventure to your hand. Put target card you don't own in exile and that is an adventure on the bottom of its owner's library. Exile target player's graveyard. Kinds of stuff. Curiosity, Stab Wound. The rest of them are going to be uncommons. Foily, commons and uncommons, but you know. On to the next collector booster, which is Exelon. Come on! We want some big hits in this one. I know that the odds are against you, but you know, it's always nice to open something amazing. Doesn't happen all the time though. Full commons, uncommon. A swamp. Creature of the Schism. That's not a bad pull for a black 2 generic for 2/4 creature vampire cleric. Has death touch, and whenever this card attacks the player with the most life or tied with the most life, create a 1/1 white vampire creature token with lifelink. And then whenever it attacks, while you have the most life or tie for the most life, you may draw a card and lose 1 life. Bedrock Tortoise. For a green, 3 generic for a 0/6 creature turtle. As long as it's your turn, creatures you control have hexproof. Each creature you control with toughness greater than its power assigns damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Nice. Or Rich Stalactite. A red, 1 generic for an artifact that taps to produce a red mana, spend its mana only to cast an instant or sorcery spell. Then you can craft with 4 or more red or instants or sorcery cards for 2 red and 3 generic, and flip. Becomes a Cosmium Catalyst. It's an artifact, red and 1 generic. Tap, choose an exile card used to craft this card. At random, you may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Nice. Borderless Roaming Throne. That's not a bad card to hit. Not bad at all. 4 generic mana for a 4/4 creature artifact golem. Has ward 2, and as it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. The Roaming Throne is the chosen type in addition to its other types. If a triggered ability of another creature you control of the chosen type triggers, it triggers an additional time. And then we have a Jurassic Park card. Welcome to, for 2 green, 1 generic. It's a saga, and chapter 1 for saga. For each opponent, up to 1 target non-creature artifact they control becomes a 0/4 wall artifact creature token with defender for as long as you control this saga. Chapter 2, create a 3/3 green dinosaur creature token with trample. It gains haste till end of turn. Chapter 3, destroy all walls except this saga, then return it to the battlefield, transform under your control. When we transform it, becomes Jurassic Park Legendary Land. Each dinosaur card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost plus the exiled 3 other cards from your graveyard, and then it taps just green for each dinosaur you control. And then Skull Spore Nexus. Not the big hit I was hoping for, but not a bad card to get. For 2 green, 6 generic for a legendary artifact. The spell costs X less, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Whenever 1 or more non-token creatures you control die, create a green fungus dinosaur creature token with power and toughness equal to the power of those creatures. Pay 2 and tap. Double the target creature's power till end of turn. Nice little hit there. That's a good one. And then a map / golem token. And then last collector pack, which is Commander Masters. I never got a chance to open any of these packs when it comes to collector's boosters, because, man, collector's boosters are expensive. First card is Shelter. Exclude. Broken Wings. Blood Sprint. Factor Fiction. Hamza, Guardian of Russian. Forest. Thron Dynamo. Borderless. Frantic Search. Borderless. Path of Ancestry. Foil Borderless. Next card is Ogre Slumlord for 2 black, 3 generic for 3/3 creature Ogre Warrior. Whenever another non-token creature dies, you may create a 1/1 creature rat creature token. Rats control have Death Touch. Vindictive Lich. And this has the special border on it. For a black 3 generic for a 4/1 creature zombie warrior or wizard. Whenever this card dies, choose 1 or more. Each mode must target a different player. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Target opponent loses 5 life. Ugin's Mastery for 4 generic mana. It's an enchantment, and whenever you cast a colorless creature spell, manifest the top card of your library. Whenever you attack with creatures with total power 6 or greater, you may turn a face-down creature you control face up. Nice. Omnith, Locus of Mana. This is a bonus version for a green and 2 generic for a 1/1 legendary creature elemental. You don't lose unspent green mana as step and phases end. This card gets +1/+1 for each unspent green mana you have in your mana pool. No, there's a good hit. More fun, they Boundless for 7 generic mana for a 6/6 legendary creature shapeshifter. It's a changeling, so this card is every creature type. As this card enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Spells of the chosen type you cast cost 1 of each, meaning white, blue, black, red, or green mana less to cast. This effect reduces only the amount of colored mana you pay. Other creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1. And Eldrazi Scion / Dragon token. And then finally, but not least, we have the Mystery Booster 2 booster packs, which I'm not opening in this video. I'm going to make it its own video, just so, because I know there's going to be quite a few people who don't want to watch the previous stuff. Of course, if you had read the description, you will know that I will not be opening this Mystery Booster 2 Drafting the Unknown in this particular video. So stay tuned to the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, I hope you have a fantastic week. Enjoy your Magic Cons at home, and remember to keep it rolling. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please take the time to like the video and subscribe if you'd like to stay updated. Have a great day, and keep them rolling.